Well, check it out, y'all. We got what you need. We're all living in apartments, condos, vans. Well, dude, even you can have a studio in a box. Yes, we can help you with that right here at Blind Knowledge. We work on your budget, and we figure out your measurements. We'll get you the best sound for the best price. Let me know, 877-237-1143 or at blindknowledge.com. Yep.
Welcome back to Maniacal Music Musings, and yes, we haven't done this in a freaking while. It's been a few weeks, folks, and we apologize for that. You all know me. I am your host, Jeremy, as always. Just got back from Panama with a girl gone bad. My type, you know. Back in the village, they sing the rhyme of the ancient mariner, and the duelists fight over darling Nikki. Well, I got hot for teacher and said, "Oh, Nikki, you can teach me any day. And at 2 minutes to midnight, we'll leave this place again. So grab your magazine and stop playing with yourself. Crazy chick, let's go. Let's go crazy." My co-host, though, buddy, you know I would die for you. But, baby, I'm starved, so I can't help you today. I know you love being a Powerslave bottom for top Jimmy, but at the flash of the blade, you better have your aces high. I know your computer blew about Jimmy dying as well, but at least you know what it sounds like when doves cry now. So go dance naked in the purple rain, and know I'm here for you, boo-boo. Chancy motherfucking Grave!
Hi.
I miss those, Chancy. I miss those too much. But, folks, we are joined by a guest today that I am honored to have, as I have been on her show, and it is a freaking blast. Today we have Annette from the Music Junkies podcast. How you doing, Annette?
Fantastic. I love it. I like your intro. It's awesome.
Right?
Don't you, my Powerslave bottom? Dude, as soon as I saw the word Powerslave on that album, I was like, oh, I know what I'm doing with this. And yes, folks, there is a theme to today's albums. We kind of went with it. And I don't think I told Annette that even, but we'll see if she picked up on it. But there's a theme to today's albums. I tried to make things special on this show once in a while, and it just kind of worked in this one. And plus, well, we'll get to this in a minute. But Annette, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about what Music Junkies podcast is?
Sure. Our podcast really is just about people's playlists. You know, stories that, you know, we all grew up with all kinds of music and have went through lots of different experiences in life. And I feel like a song will resonate with a breakup or a traumatic event or a great event. And so that is really what our podcast is about. It's coming up with 10 to 15 songs, things that are going to have some kind of crazy and inspirational, I don't know, it could be demented, who knows? Could be a sad story, could be whatever it is. And then we'll just kind of dissect that. And I'm kind of outrageous and have some crazy questions that I like to answer in between to kind of keep people off their game and not be so, you know, what's the word I'm looking for though? But you know how people are just like, they get so fixated on themselves. So it's nice to throw them off their game a little bit. And then we have all walks of life on there, from regular Joes to, you know, comedians to musicians to bands to actors, actresses, you name it. It's actually pretty cool. And obviously we had Jeremy on there and he killed it. So
I love how you completely segregated him from all the other predetermined or predescribed guests. You're like, we have all of this and fucking Jeremy.
That's right. Right.
Hey, I don't fit in any damn box, Chancy. You know that.
That's
well,
right.
hey, I mean, what can I say? It's like, you know, you and me and the devil makes three, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a good Marilyn Manson song too. But
yeah.
as always on this show, musers, it's time to start with the guest album. And this album, let me tell you, we had our work cut out for us this week, but I'll let Annette tell us what album she decided to bring and why she wanted to bring that one out of every album that existed. I mean, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Just saying. It's fucking.
I love Prince. I love Prince. I love Purple Rain. I love the movie. I love everything about this album. I think it's fun.
Covers me. Can you, my darling? Can you picture this? Dream if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and you. Just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold. Maybe I'm just.
I think it's over the top. I think he's, been underrated for many years. He's a very talented musician, and it's sad that he died.
Very sad that he died, and even sadder that I didn't get into him until he died. Until way after he died, actually. It was this show that made me get into him. So thank you, Chancy, for that, for making that our second bracket ever.
Yeah, I try, I guess. I don't know. I was actually so surprised you hadn't heard of Prince or listened to Prince that I was kind of obligated at that point.
I don't know why. It just
I do.
I don't because I was playing him in the car one day and my mom even said, "Oh, you're listening to Prince? I love Prince." I'm like, I never heard you listen to a Prince song ever. What are you talking about? It was just, what the fuck? I have never heard you listen to a Prince song in my life. And now all of a sudden I'm listening to it, you like it? I'm like, if you did listen to it, I probably would have liked it growing up. As I said in the bracket, the only song I heard before the bracket was 1999. And maybe a couple of the others I heard and didn't recognize the name of the song or anything, but still, that's the only song I knew, and I thought it was freaking Madonna or a girl doing that song. I didn't realize it was Prince. So
or all the other songs that he wrote and then just gave to other people.
Well, that too. I think we came across that in one of the brackets with Sinead O'Connor's "Nothing Compares to You."
Yep.
He
wrote lots of music for lots of different artists for sure.
More stay in the motherfucking time. But
that's right. I love that guy. He's awesome.
But it's Prince. When Annette decided to bring Purple Rain, Jesus, I didn't know what to bring against this at first. When I get to my album, we'll get to that a little more. But it's just, what do you bring up against a masterpiece like Purple Rain, which I'm amazed we haven't had in the show to that point already. So when you said it, I was like, we have not done that album. In fact, the only Prince album that's been on this show is the Batman '89 soundtrack. So Chancy brought that on. Chancy brought that on the second episode, I think. But so, that actually technically was my introduction to Prince, but I wasn't that impressed with that album. It took the bracket of his top 32, 34, 30, actually 38 songs to get me really into it. So, I like Prince. He's a fucking amazing artist, and I wish I could have seen him live when he was alive. But shit happens. There's a lot of artists like that. So, but Chancy, I'll now let you rave about Prince because I already know it's a rave.
I'm not gonna lie. I was telling you before Annette joined us, I was actually going to do a total heel turn and just do the whole thing down the nines like I usually do, because usually Jeremy picks something that I hate, or I just have to take out everything on Jeremy just because. But I can't do it without cracking a smile. I was gonna be he's a bow-legged, cleft-footed, overrated, non-guitar playing, track listener. I was gonna go this whole thing, but I can't even do it. It's fucking Prince Rogers Nelson. I feel like I would be struck by a purple bolt of lightning.
You probably would be.
That'd be all right. That'd be the way to go. It'd be recorded and everybody'd be like, "Holy shit, it's a purple fucking lightning bolt." But no, there's absolutely nothing that I can say because I've literally already said it either on the 1989 Batman soundtrack episode or the bracket itself, which I think might be why I kind of refrained from bringing Prince in any other episode, because it's Well, we covered all these other songs on the bracket, but like when he was like, "Oh, the guest is choosing Purple Rain," I was like, "Oh, that's solid," And then I found out what was going on further down the line from there, and then I was like, "Oh, okay." So now I actually have to think. But I'm stoked about this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I think this might be a first.
Motherfucker. But and yes, I made you think, Chancy. God forbid. But
I know, right?
So, Annette, and I know there's going to be a lot of repeats in this part, but what are your top 5 off this album?
Oh, top 5, Baby I'm a Star is my number 1 pick for sure.
Oh.
And I think that's an underrated song. I don't think it gets played enough. I don't think a lot of people know that song. I have some really close friends that they know if we want to have some. We went to an 80s party just a little while ago, and he played that song because he knew that I absolutely love that Prince song. That's probably like one of my favorite Prince songs. So that would be number 1. I Would Die For You is a great tune for sure. Let's Go Crazy, obviously, great tune for sure. I like Darling Nikki, honestly, just because it's so crazy, right? Like people would not, like I would love to just be in the audience watching him play this song, like back in the day, like back in the 80s when he played the song, even on, Purple Rain, the movie, right? So to watch him play that would be good. And let me see. I'm not a real big fan of When Doves Cry. Like, I don't mind it, but it's not something I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to hear that song. I usually skip past that song, but obviously everybody loves Purple Rain, right? I think I need to be in the mood to listen to Purple Rain, though. It's not, again, a go-to slow song that I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. But when it does come on, if I'm kind of flipping through music, I do have to be in a right frame of mind to listen to that song.
Well, I mean, it is an apocalyptic song in a way, so you gotta want to tear the world down when that song comes on.
That's right.
I mean, honestly, that should have been in the fucking Batman '89 movie. That would have been perfect for the Joker. But I mean, in my opinion, at least. But
I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
You skip over When Doves Cry, though. Like, if I wasn't having a coughing fit at that moment, I would have been like, what the fuck? Who skips over When Doves Cry?
I do. I tend to always go for music that I can't handle. Like, this is why I don't listen to the radio. Because it's just like the same AC/DC songs, the same, like, it's the same. What about all their other songs that are really, really good? Right? I don't think I've ever heard Darling Nikki on the radio. I think it's very rare that I've ever heard Baby I'm a Star on the radio. Like super rare. Even I Would Die For You. It's like rare. It's When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, Little Red Corvette, like the basic songs. It's like the top 8 or 9 songs. And he's had what? I don't know how many albums. 15, 18 albums. I don't know.
At least. It's an insane amount of albums he's had, actually. And it's funny because I think there was only 1, 2, 3 songs on this that were in the bracket, like that were actually in the rankings, and a 4th one that was a participant added song. So, and that actually was Darling Nikki. But because as soon as I heard that song, that's what made me fall in love with Prince. But
of fucking course it was.
And there's reasons they don't play that one on the radio. There's reasons.
I got to disagree. I've actually heard it on the radio, but more so the Foo Fighters cover.
Oh.
So like I've heard Darling Nikki on the radio almost as much as some of the other, like, 9099, Little Red Corvette. We don't really play Purple Rain and When Doves Cry out here too much on the standard stuff. It's got to be like, it's in the rotation, but it's not like you're more apt to probably hear Little Red Corvette or 1999 out in this.
Little Red Corvette's a banger, but
it's a banger.
It's a banger, but I mean, but all right. Well, I guess it's time for my top 5. Plus, I did bring 2 honorable mentions, because why the fuck not? But it's Prince. I could have brought the whole damn album if I really want to. But my first honorable mention is Purple Rain because it is not by far nowhere near my top 20 Prince songs even. It's okay. I get sick of it really fast. It's overplayed at this point for me. Probably because of the Prince bracket, but I've also heard it in a lot of other capacities as well. Though I do love how they did that in Blackish. I do love how they did Purple Rain and Blackish, I will say. But my other honorable mention is Computer Blue, because I have never heard of that song in my life until I put that on. And I was like, damn, this is not bad. I can dig this. I can dig this. It's kind of weird for Prince, but I can dig it. And saying it's weird for Prince is fucking saying something. But
I was just getting ready to say the exact same thing. I'm like, do you know who the fuck you're talking about, dude?
He's as I said on Bracket Bastards, when he didn't win something. Oh yeah, when Purple Rain got voted out of the fucking 80s movie soundtrack bracket, like the first or second round, I was pissed as shit. But I think I threw a soda can across the garage. But but I mean, it lost to something too that pissed me off. I can't remember what the hell it is though. But so, I mean, Purple Rain is just damn. But yeah, my number 5 was Baby I'm a Star, because that's actually a song I never heard before, but it actually is a really good song. Like when it first starts, I was kind of like, hey, this is all right. And then like as soon as it gets like the chorus, I'm like, okay, I'm down. God damn you, good looking man, Prince. But number 4, of course, is Let's Go Crazy. Number 3 is Darling Nikki, because I'm surprised it was that low, honestly. But number 2 was I Would Die For You. Because I love the way that one opens. Like that whole song is such a danceable song.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be one hell of a wedding if that's the wedding song, but you know. And number 1, of course, is When Doves Cry, because it's the most unskippable fucking song ever. How does anyone not like When Doves Cry? Oh my God. It's heartbreaking and tear-jerking and so many other things I can't even think of the adjectives for.
Hey, it's not that I don't like it. It's just it's not a song that I would listen to all the time. It is my skippable Prince song that I'm like, nah, not in the mood for this.
I think I restarted it like 5 times while I was listening to this album. And I listened to this album like 3 times because it's Purple Rain and I just kept putting it back on. But yeah, When Doves Cry number 1. That's why when you said that, I was like, but Chancy, before I blow a gasket, what are you? And usually you when we do that. What are your top 5?
I know, right? That's I'm like, this is so weird because I'm usually the one that's freaking out. Like, I don't know what to do with my hands. Honestly, I'm bringing the whole album in.
I knew you would. You're pulling a Jeremy.
I have to. There's no possible way to not do it. And in all reality, it's even almost to the point to where there's no, I mean, I got them in a list for the 9 tracks that are there, but in reality, it's really kind of they're basically all equally loved. Except for When Doves Cry.
Listen, Chancy,
see, now for me, like
you pissed my dogs off. You pissed my dogs off.
No. You just yelling, and they're like, "What's going on?" So I got the Beautiful Ones at number 9. Baby I'm a Star is at number 8. I Would Die For You is at 7. Let's Go Crazy's number 6. Computer Blue is number 5. Darling Nikki is 4. Take Me With You is 3. Doves Cry, number 2. Purple Rain, number 1. Really interchangeable. I kind of just went with the more like, I was happy to have heard these songs again, but it kind of went more from like, I wrote down the ones that I already knew and then kind of went, well, I'll go with the ones that I haven't heard in a while, like so long, probably like 10 years.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I actually liked Computer Blue because I had it lower on the list. And I was like, no, that's a solid 5. Like that goes in the top 5 for sure. Darling Nikki, I mean, I would have loved, like you were saying, like I would have loved to have been in the audience and heard him just pull that out like before it ever even kind of like while he was still working on it kind of shit. Like, well, we're trying something new tonight. And then he fucking sings this song and you're like, did he just fucking, yeah, he said that shit. He fucking said that shit. But yeah, I mean, it's fucking, it's solid. It's a start to stop solid, just nothing but fucking a kick ass.
It's hard to find an album like that nowadays, I find.
I could name a few, but I mean,
so,
it's
well,
rare.
you could name a few. It just doesn't mean that they're good.
Chancy, I'm not fucking Iowa. No, shove something up your ass so fucking far. Yeah.
I mean, come on into the middle of the fucking country, big dog.
Oh, I look like a country boy for a reason. Let's go. But
lots of love on this show. Lots of love.
Oh, the best kind.
I mean, honestly, I kind of wish that things were different so you could just see how it kind of progresses at times. Like there was one episode where both me and the guest were like, Jeremy, your album fucking sucks, dude.
Fucking haters, dude. Fucking haters.
But in reality, though, like I am actively still working on creating a support group because he has no fucking taste. He has the worst taste.
See,
anything that's natural. No, I have a valid argument here.
No,
anything that's natural, anything that is naturally loved by anyone is inherently hated by Jeremy.
Not true at all. Not true at all in movies or music. And Annette actually had a fucking playlist made by me for her show, so she knows what I listen to already.
Well,
And yes, Mr. S's theme song was on that playlist. Don't ask me why, but
we could pull it up and just see. Let's just have a little gander, right? Okay. Ass Man, right?
Yeah, that's Mr. S's theme song. Yeah.
I'm Not Crazy. Frank Sinatra, My Way. Guilty Conscience, Eminem. Guess Who's Back? Bone Thugs. What do you think? Slow Cheetah, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I mean,
these are all things you listen to, Chancy.
These are actually this is a kind of I'm almost kind of calling bullshit on this one because of the amount of fucking times that he's brought I don't know, all that other hot fucking garbage to the show. He's like, no, I gotta church it up because I'm going on this other fucking show.
Oh,
and if Chancy sees this, I'm never gonna hear the end of it.
No, I did not. I picked songs that actually had stories behind them, which is wild as I do. I mean, there's not, and trust me, I'm pretty sure there's Insane Clown Posse on there. I'm pretty sure there's Nightwish on there, Avantasia. I threw all the regular shit I bring on here too. Don't you fucking worry. I never hide myself, buddy. You know that.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. Yeah. Right. Okay.
I am the realest motherfucker on this show, dude. Come on, you know that. I don't hide shit, nobody.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah, you're not shy, bud. We know.
I mean, fuck. And Annette literally said to me, like, don't worry if things get sexual on the show. I'm like, you think I'd be worried? Yeah,
I was gonna say, I would have been more worried to the other end of the spectrum, to where it's Jeremy, hold on, you're going in front of you're going in front of company, buddy. You got to be good. You're embarrassing me in front of company.
He was good. That's what I like. I like those kind of shows the best, right? Because it's real and raw, and everybody else is just kind of,
That's where our show. That's why our network is called our podcast collective is called what it's called, because we are raw and real. That's for damn fucking sure.
Right.
But raw dogging this shit for a year and a half now. But it's time, I guess, since I gave my review of Purple Rain first, because I couldn't hold back because it's fucking Prince, because who could? So the album I decided to bring because, well, what am I going to fucking bring against Prince? I literally had no option for that. I'm like, another Prince album? Equal it out?
I thought the same thing.
I was like, but if I do that, I know Chancy's going to do the same thing, and it's going to be a three-way Prince fucking episode, which would have been amazing, but we need a little variety. So I'm like, all right, you know what? What year did this come out? 84? All right, let's just do a little Google search, 1984 albums. Bam. And I'm looking through the list, and I'm like, Boy George, no. Wham, no. I'm like, okay, a lot of this is too a lot of this is too poppy to go against Prince in any slight way. And I'm like, I saw this other band that named the album the same as the year it came out, and I was like, no. But then I came across, I'm like, Iron Maiden Powerslave. Yes, let's bring Iron Maiden's Powerslave, because I have never got to bring Iron Maiden to this show yet. One episode we were going to do with it got canceled. But I'm like, and you know what? I'm like, there's a few of my favorite Iron Maiden songs on this fucking album. I'm like, all right, Chancy, I'm bringing Powerslave, and we're doing a 1984 themed episode. Pick your damn CD from that. So, and lo and behold, he did, and you shall find out later what that is. But so yes, folks, the theme is 84 albums, because I believe we did a what was it?
93.
93. I'm completely fucking off. Yeah, we did a 1993 one too, which was pretty good. So 84, I figured album 84, let's bring Iron Maiden, because Bruce Dickinson is one of the most amazing singers ever, and why not bring one from the middle height of their fucking career? Let's bring Powerslave. It's got a couple bangers on it, at least, that I knew, and a bunch I didn't know, so fuck it. We went with Powerslave, and I mean, it's Iron Maiden. I don't need to say much. They are gods of rock. They're worshipped in South America like gods, basically. So it's fucking Iron Maiden. But Annette, as our guest, what did you think of Powerslave?
The album Powerslave. Is that what
You need to be more specific. You need to be specific, big guy.
Like, do you just want me to tell you what I think of that album, or Iron Maiden, or what do you want from me?
All the above, if you like, however you want to phrase it.
Yeah, Iron Maiden was my very first concert that I ever went to.
Nice.
In Vancouver. And we didn't get to see all of the concert because Eddie fell on the drum kit and kind of smothered a whole bunch of people, which was kind of crazy. I think I was 13 when I went, and that was my very first concert with my real dad, who I never met, and that was the first thing that we did, which was kind of crazy.
That's epic.
Right?
So I like Iron Maiden. I didn't listen to them all the time, but I did enjoy listening to Iron Maiden. I don't know a lot of their albums. I got a friend that absolutely is obsessed with Iron Maiden. We actually had him on the show. His name is Freeman. And I actually had to go and record in his garage because he has every single poster you could imagine Iron Maiden. I have never seen him without an Iron Maiden t-shirt on in 10 years that I've known him. So he is obsessed with Iron Maiden. So his obsession is obviously more than mine. But yeah, other than that, I like Iron Maiden. Do I like all their songs? I haven't heard all of them, so really comment on that. But the ones that I do know, I like for sure.
Oh, yeah. First concert Iron Maiden, that fucking that back. Mine was fucking Smash Mouth. Like, what the fuck?
Isn't that guy dead now?
Yeah.
He died a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we were in Vegas and we were gonna go see them because they were just playing on Fremont Street because we went to punk rock bowling and we were pretty lit up. So I was like, I don't think I want to go from punk rock bowling to Smash Mouth. And like 2 months later, he died, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, you ain't all star no more, buddy. Sorry. But Chancy, what did you think of the Powerslave album?
Oh, I fucking hated it.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't. I also love fucking Iron Maiden, dude. Like, there's so many, like, when I first learned how to play like the beginning to the Trooper or the Number of the Beast, I was like, oh my God, I can play Iron Maiden. But then, you try to keep playing and you forget that there's like 3 guys playing guitar and you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense as to why I'm not keeping up with this. I mean, Powerslave probably would have been. They'd probably be in a top 5 for me as far as like Iron Maiden albums go. I mean, I know of at least 4 of these songs were off the top of my head that I could tell you about. It's equally a banger. Like, for fuck's sake. This episode, I'm not ready for this. Like, I don't know what to do with myself.
Oh, go put on your big boy pants, Chancy, because we're halfway through. But so yeah, I mean, I could have pulled a Jeremy on this album as well and just went with the full fucking thing, but I didn't. I went close enough, but I didn't want to go all the way, But first, 2 honorable mentions, of course, because I had to do that. I did for Prince. So first honorable mention is "Flash of the Blade," which never heard that song before, but pretty fucking amazing guitar tempo in that shit. And the other one, for the same reason, basically, is the Duelist, because the whole fucking dual combo in the middle with the drum and the guitar is fucking incredible. And then number 5 was "Back in the Village," because the lyrics in that one were fucking, like, I love when Iron Maiden tells good stories, like A Matter of Life and Death. Like, that whole album is just amazing stories after stories about war. Like, it's fucking incredible. But I would have brought that one, but it was an 80s, so I couldn't do it. But "Back in the Village" is just another amazing story Iron Maiden tells once again. Same with "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner," which is my number 4, because I love anything pirate based. I've brought pirate metal on this fucking show before. Hailstorm. But Hailstorm is the shit, especially if you're drinking. But Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner is a damn good sea tale. And then the top 3 are the ones I knew before, and I knew I was going to bring, and I had to. Number 3 is, of course, "Powerslave," because that guitar opening is fucking incredible. And just everything about that song is just magical. And plus, Ancient Egypt shit's cool as fuck from a paranormal standpoint. And number 2, of course, is "Aces High," because that was on the first Greatest Hits album Iron Maiden I ever got, and I fucking love that song. And number 1 is, of course, the first Iron Maiden song. Second Iron Maiden song I ever heard, "2 Minutes to Midnight." And I mean, just when I first heard Bruce's voice on that, and I believe the first song on the CD was "Run to the Hills." So those 2 songs were like, I'm like, what is this magic that was presented to me by my friend today? And that's how I discovered Iron Maiden, and that's fucking, ever since then, it's just been a love of them. I'm not a super fan. I had one shirt. I think I still have it. I'm not sure. And I have one poster from Number of the Beast, but that's it. I am not a super fan. I do not have that much of their stuff, but I do love them when they come on, and I've done Iron Maiden freaking playlists before, and there will be an Iron Maiden bracket on this show at some point in the future. But
I would have actually mentioned it before, but I wasn't ever really sure about how well receptive it would be, or received, I should say.
Dude, it's Iron Maiden. I'm pretty sure there's Iron Maiden podcasts out there, for God's sake. We can get people for a bracket.
You're probably right. Like that, I'm not denying that. I just was like, I don't know, man.
Dude, there's a Bruce Springsteen podcast, which I've been on, and it's a very delightful show. But there's a Bruce Springsteen podcast. There's fucking Iron Maiden podcast. Come on.
Yeah.
Touche.
It's a good podcast. But Annette, what were your top 5 for Iron Maiden?
Well, to be honest, Jeremy, I didn't know that I had to do a top 5 Iron Maiden songs. So I didn't really kind of dive into my Iron Maiden old school roots and kind of go through that. But definitely, you said a few, like I love "Run Through the Hills." I just love the drums. I'm a drummer. So for me, I love that song.
Right.
Sorry, wasn't prepared. Didn't know I had homework.
I thought I told you, but it's all good. At least you admit it. We've had people that don't admit it and then try to pull off a fake one, and it's just like,
I don't want to pull off a fake one. That's just not me. You guys would be like,
Nah, you just kind of
ass, and I don't need that, right?
You just kind of grin and bear it. It's like, okay, like, all right, yep, yeah, that's your top 5. Okay, right, yeah. You listened to every album Proud of you.
Well, I mean, Chancy here used to be a Powerslave bottom, I know. But
now, if Chancy has to pick an album and he has the top 5 too, I didn't get that album either. So maybe text it to me right now and I can do some research.
I emailed you the albums. I know I did. I have it open. I'll take a look. Save. 46 messages.
So we might actually get to see me have an actual meltdown. Oh, this will be great. Please. Please.
Yep.
Please.
Yep. November 13th. I know I sent the album. I know I sent the email.
And what does the message say? We're going over these albums? Because all I remember it's saying, what album do you want to go over in the show?
Well, I don't know. I resent it to you, but I know it. I sent it to you November 13th. Just looked at it. No meltdown for you, Chancy, but you can't tell yourself.
I don't know. We may have to go to a judge's ruling on this. I don't know. Honestly, I think I can salvage this because I'm bringing them all in. I'm doing it again. Every song on the fucking album gets put on the list. Every fucking song.
I can only take so much pulling, man. Come on, you're pulling Jeremy too much.
You know what, dude? I can't help it. Don't this is what happens when like good albums are chosen. I'm happy. And I'm like, I can't possibly choose between these things. So I won't.
You're just refusing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, what is that? Like civil disobedience, but like, on a podcast with no real rules.
We may need some in the future, but
well, then they just get broken. Then we're stuck. So for me, Jeremy, you might want to hold on to your stocking hat for this one, feller. Number 8 is fucking Aces High. Because in all honesty, like I heard that song so fucking much that when I was like, okay, like I heard like, okay, it's on the track list for this album. Last fucking place. Like I love the song. It's a good song. I'm not detracting from that in any capacity. But listening, there's like other shit that's better in my opinion, and then also listening to the other ones that I hadn't, because like there's sometimes like I haven't actually listened to the whole album of something, like Powerslave being one of them. I didn't really, I guess in hindsight, I didn't really have to. I'm glad I did because I learned about the ones I hadn't heard before. But like, it's it's got 8 songs on it, and I already knew about fucking 4 of them. So I mean, fuck, I already got 50% of the album down by heart. But number 7 was The Duelists because, fuck you, Jeremy.
It was right asshole.
I know. I'm just playing. Number 6 is Back in the Village. Number 5 is Powerslave. 4 is actually Flash the Blade. 3 is Lost for Words. Honestly, 3 and 4 could have been interchangeable because of those fucking sick fucking just it's either Roger fucking Harris just fucking triple blapping on that bass, just fucking like you're like, is it, who the fuck is this guy? And then I came across Primus and I was like, what in the fuck is happening here? Number 2 for me was 2 Minutes to Midnight because, and in all honesty, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are equally interchangeable because 2 Minutes to Midnight and my number 1, The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, are easily, either one could have went either place. Rime of the Ancient Mariner is fucking solid, and 2 Minutes to Midnight is also one of my first exposures to him, like outside of The Number of the Beast, of course, because I mean, my aunt had that album on. She had like I think it was Somewhere in Time, but she also had The Number of the Beast as well. I always thought that cover art for Somewhere in Time was so fucking awesome. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like. I told Jeremy earlier on, I was like, I'm still fucking excited about this show. Like, this is going to be great.
Yeah, Chancy already claimed over this episode a few times, but But so, yeah, I mean, Reminisce is fucking amazing. It really is. But fuck you, Aces High being on your bottom of your list. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
No,
you-
I'm not.
You,
I'm not sorry.
you suck donkey balls. But Chancy, what album did you decide to bless us with from 1984?
I mean, honestly, I got presented these two albums, and I was like, you know what? What could I pick that's actually better than these two other heaping pieces of shit we picked out today? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I thought I was thinking about a different episode we were on. No. When I was like, he goes, okay, I need you to pick an album from '84. It literally took me 5 seconds to think about it. I was just like, fucking Van Halen, 1984. Fucking Blue Cheese on Your Wings to go fuck your mother. Like fucking, you go, like this is the year we're going with, and it's literally it's the title of the album. Fucking here you go. Let's go. And then also it had like that album happened to have probably one of my top. It was actually the first actual Van Halen song that I kind of learned one of Eddie's licks on, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm playing Van Halen, fucking. But I taught myself how to play it incorrectly, so like I'm hitting all the same notes, but I'm doing it in the most inconvenient and difficult way possible. And my friend, who's infinitely better at guitar than I am, was like, dude, like, I don't know how you're pulling this off, but this is how he does it. And he takes my guitar and he plays it. I put the fucking thing down. I didn't touch it for a month. I was just so fucking like, I was like, you mean it's not this? Cause like because he plays the A and then just like finger taps the third fret on one string, just like do 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 do. And then you're like, I'm literally playing the fucking power chord into it. So it's like I'm adding extra fingers that are unnecessary and extra strings that are unnecessary. And he plays this shit for me, and I'm like, motherfucker. You know, it's Eddie Van Halen, so you expect the most difficult thing to be the most logical thing, because it's Eddie Van fucking Halen. But no, we're going to go the easy route, because easy's fucking catchy. But yeah, so that's my fucking album. I love Van Halen, dude. Even Van Hagar. Like, there's like it took a long time for me to come around to Van Hagar, but I had to realize that a lot of it really wasn't necessarily like. I realized, oh, okay, like David Lee Roth is a great showman. Sammy Hagar has good range. He's a good singer. But 9 times out of 10, I wasn't listening to it because of who is singing words. I wasn't even really listening to words. I was listening to that fucking guitar, man.
Well, I know you may not have the chance to listen to it exactly, but I wouldn't doubt you heard it before. Or what do you think of Van Halen in general, even?
Well, I'm going to disagree with Chancy there, because for a lady's point of view, I do not like Sammy Hagar at all. Like, I'll shoot myself as soon as I heard him get a hold of Van Halen. Completely did not stop liking Van Halen altogether with that. And obviously David Lee Roth, showman, made the show. Him and Eddie could have probably just went and did their own thing for sure. But I'm a huge David Lee Roth fan for sure. Everything about him. And I loved Eddie. I would have loved to have him on the show. I love his guitar playing. If I was to pick some songs from that album, like if I had to do like a top 4, I don't know. I think 4 would be Jump, just because everybody knows it, right? So
Right.
Not on my radar, something that I would run home and put on the radio right away, but I would listen to it if it's on. I wouldn't change it. Then I would probably go, I don't know, 1984, good tune, Panama, Love, and then again, I don't think that you can ever do wrong with an intro like Hot for Teacher, like bar none. you love guitar, I love drums, and the combination of both of them together is just like your heart is like pounding out of your chest, and all you want to do is just like, you don't want it to even start singing. You just want to see how long this intro can go. It's like Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Where you're just like, keep going, keep going. But yeah, incredible, great album. Like, and obviously I know a lot of songs off that album, but great album for sure. Love David Lee Roth. Not a fan of Sammy at all. Been to his bar in Cabo though, and I drink Cabo Wabo, so he makes good tequila. So good on him for that. He used that to go do some more skills, which is cool, right?
Right. That's funny. Like, you still get my money, just not buy that, all right? Fucking all right. I'll still give you some money, but just like not through fucking Van Halen, all right?
Right. It's like Vince Neil going out on his own. Dude, it's not gonna work. You ate yourself. You gotta like clean your shit up. It's not gonna happen, right? It's the same shit. I don't know. The lead singer is a hard thing to do. I think that is a hard thing to do in a band, especially if they've been around for a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
People love, that's what, you know, there's like usually a couple people in the band that people like. It's like either the guitar player and the singer or whatever it is, but it's hard to change a singer.
Yeah, I mean, it's why a lot of bands don't come back.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, it took me like 15, 20 years to be okay with Sammy Hagar.
That makes me feel better. I just found him like gay when he sang. I was just like, I can't get into it. It was so different than the way, you know, David Lee Roth sang to him. I just found him more like trying too hard. Maybe he, you know, he had a big shoes to fill. Like, that's a lot. Like, this band has already been around for, you know, 15 plus years or whatever it was.
Yeah.
To go in and like, kudos to him for doing that, but I don't know. They should have just stayed like a band with no singer.
I do have to ask though, since you said you're a fan of drums, what are you? I don't know. If A, it's a two-parter. A, have you listened to "Bleed" by Meshuggah?
Yes.
And B, then B, what's your fucking thoughts on that, huh?
I like, the thing is with like obviously Double Kick, like I'm really prone to like listening, like really prone to listening and how people are doing it, and I can kind of visualize how they're kind of seeing it. I've always been like that with music. Like, I can pick up a note, know the song. I've been really good like that with music. Not so good at like what you guys are kind of doing, dissecting albums. Like, I just kind of know music, hear it, know who it is, don't know what year or anything like that. But when I hear drums and stuff like that, it's, I don't know. I always wanted to play drums my whole entire life. Right. And I moved to Calgary and became a single mom and made some really good money, put my kids in the car and went to Long and McQuaid and fit a drum kit in there. Right. My kids were like 2 and 7 months old, 2 car seats. And I'm ramming this pearl set, black, sweet ass pearl set into my car because that's all I wanted to do. It's all I wanted to do was play. Right. So I admire people that can step outside the box when playing. I love hearing things that nobody's ever really tried or did. That's why I like Eddie Van Halen. Right. It's like, just like you were saying with you thinking that he was playing that. And it's not that, or I don't know if you've read Keith Richards' memoirs, but he talks a lot about that. All these people that he kind of admired playing guitar, and they would never tell him exactly what to do, which they could just say, hey, go do A, D, and E, and it'll be good. And he was playing totally the wrong way as well. And then finally, years later, he would meet these guys and they'd say, oh, it's just fucking BC. And he'd be like, what the fuck? For 15 years, I've been trying to fucking figure this out. So I love artists like that, where it's not easy to copy, like the Beatles and all of that stuff. It's not easy to copy, but it thinks that it's easy to copy. You're just doing whatever you're doing. I love bands like that. So I'm glad that you brought it up. Not a lot of people listen to that band. So it's kind of cool that you brought that up. And another really good one, if you kind of like that, would be it's a Christian rock band. Who is it now? It will come to me again, but they have some crazy drums in it too. Let me ask my husband because he'll know exactly. Because they will drive me crazy.
Chancy, you know Christian rock well.
What's that? Dragon Force. That's it. It came to me as soon as I left the room. Dragon Force.
Yeah, Dragon Force is solid. I mean,
just like the drums, right? The drums are pretty crazy, and
the guitar players as well. I mean,
yeah. Again, not a band that a lot of people know or have heard of, or and then they go and listen to it, and they're like, "What the hell?" It's like
Through the Fire and Flame. Come on.
Yeah. And I mean, I like that song because it's really difficult for them to play live without breaking strings and shit. Like that's always like, I always thought that was pretty cool too. Like at some point until I respected the craft, like I was like, it was always a point of contention to me. It's like, what's the point in having a song if you can only play it in the fucking studio? Like, that's fucking bullshit. But like Through the Fire and Flames, and even like Bleed. Like with Bleed, I love that drum track, or the way he plays it, because he inverts it. Everything that he would normally do up here, he's doing fucking down here.
Yeah.
And you're just like, hold on. There's been numerous amount of times where I would watch like drum teachers or like professional drum, like orchestral drummers and all like orchestra conductors and shit. They'll listen to this thing and they're like, hold on, we need a drum track on this, because like there's so many there's fucking these fill notes that you don't even hear, but you see him do this action and there's no you don't hear it because it's live.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean with Dragon Force, it was tough. I mean, Guitar Hero really helped me get over the hump on that.
That's so funny that you said that. I was gonna these old videos. I was just like literally going through old videos, and there was a video of us playing Guitar Hero at a party, and it was Dragon Force. I think that's probably where we even started hearing them, was from Guitar Hero.
I was gonna say, first time I heard them too. That was the hardest fucking song in the original Guitar Hero.
That's
my daughter
funny.
was like 7 and she's like 26 now, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe, because I was going through all my pictures this last week, and literally before the show, I'm like, oh, I have all these fucking videos to go through, and I was like, that was the first one. I was like, this is so crazy. I don't want to delete these. These are so fun.
Yeah, it's fun. But where the fuck? Oh yeah, I didn't give my review of Van Halen yet.
Uh-oh, here we go. Chancy, we're ready for this one?
He's ready.
Yeah,
he's ready, because this is not the first time he brought Van Halen on this show. But
no, it is not. No, it is not.
And I mean, this is the album I was hoping you brought the first time, but I was sorely mistaken. But
no, I brought the better one.
No, you didn't. But no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I kind of did though.
Even this album has really 2 songs I really like, and the rest of them are just it just sounds like 70s rock, 80s rock. Like it's all it sounds like. It's the same as when you bring. It's the same.
Oh my god! Why are we shocked that something released in 1984 sounds like 80s rock? Oh my god!
It doesn't stand out. That's the point, though. Like it's the same as when you bring Tool, and I'm like, it sounds like every other 90s grunge band.
This is why I have this support group, because he has no ability to discern Tool, all this other extra stuff. Like, even if you don't like it, you can still be like, oh, they're their own separate entity. But no, they're like 90s stuff. Like, he always thinks everything sounds like Bush or fucking Tool, which sound nothing alike, but they're all the same. Like, for fuck's sake, Jeremy. This is why I have these meltdowns, and this is why I need a support group. This right here.
Yo,
continue, sir.
You'll fucking love it. You'll fucking love it and get used to it. But fucking dude, I mean, at least you brought the best Van Halen song ever on this fucking album, so I can't hate you for that too much. But and no, it's probably not the one you think it is. I'm sure of that. But why don't you tell me your top 5 first, and then I'll tell you.
See about that.
Dude, you gotta get some of the fucking KY if you're gonna pull me that much. Jesus.
So yeah, all of them, every last fucking one.
Jesus Christ.
I actually made my mind up before I had even started listening to mine. Like I was listening to, to Purple Rain and then Powerslave, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give mine a listen just to make sure if I want to do this, but I'm gonna pull the fucking trigger and we're gonna go with all of them. So for my list, because it's all interchangeably unilateral except for number 1 and number 2. Number 8 is All Wait, and I know that there's 9 tracks, but there's a reason that I only have 8 listed. Number 7 is Top Jimmy, and number 6 is both 84 and Jump, because it's one that plays into the other, and if you were to play it on a record, they would seamlessly flow. Number 5 is Panama. Let's see. Number 4 is Gone Girl Bad, or Girl Gone Bad. Sorry. Number 3 is House of Pain. Number 2 is Drop Dead Legs. And obviously number 1 is Hot for Teacher. But seriously though, Drop Dead Legs, how do you not fucking just David style, not even that, like let's separate the kick ass of the guitar, because that is just, it's so chunky. It's so chunky. That guitar, that riff at the beginning, and then all of a sudden you got David coming, Drop Dead Legs. You're like, oh shit.
Just like that.
Just like that. And then you were talking about with Hot for Teacher, that fucking, actually you know how you're talking about that combination to drum and guitar. Another immediate thought for me goes to Pantera with their Cowboys from Hell album.
Yeah, that's a
Primal Concrete Sledge. How they fucking have the drums and the guitar playing inverted against one another. Fuck.
I like Pantera.
For sure. But yeah, I mean, that's my list, and I got them all down. And fucking, you know what? If you need me to, I'll read it to you, Annette, and y'all, you can fucking make a pick. It's cool. I got you.
Okay, good.
You're gonna hate me. You're really gonna hate me, and I love it.
I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really not, because anything that you have that doesn't set to my standard, I just put it off to like you being special. It's cool, bud.
I am not Q, motherfucker. But
well, I didn't say you were superhuman, but you do need to put the extra chromosome in the bag, bud. It's cool.
I got it out of the body in the back of the garage this morning. Come on, man. But,
oh shit.
But I only have a top 5 for this album because it's not deserving honorable mentions.
You're entitled to your terrible opinion.
Yeah, we'll see. And number 5 is Top Jimmy. I don't remember why. Number 4 is Girl Gone Bad, because that song is actually good and the lyrics are decent. Number 3 is I'll Wait. Like, I'll wait for Chance to bring a good album. And then number 2 is Hot for Teacher, because it's a fucking classic and it's fucking incredible. And number 1 is my favorite Van Halen song of all time. When I first heard it, Super Bad, I totally did not think that's what it was called, but I found out later what it was. And number 1 is, of course, Panama, because I originally thought it was called Animal for a long time. Because that's what it sounds like they're fucking saying if you hear it, and it's not the only sound.
Yeah, they wrote a whole song about the Muppet.
No. Well, you would love that, but no.
That'd be great. Somebody did that, did a remix of that. Animal. Come on, that'd be pretty solid.
I'm surprised they haven't done it on Disney Plus yet, honestly. But
they may have. Someone may have done a fan version of that, but I don't think anybody's going to try and buy the royalties to do that shit and make money off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but when I first heard that song was Super Bad, during the scene where they're fucking driving the cop car around Lindona. It's like I thought they were fucking saying animal.
I don't know what really disappoints me more about the words that just came out of your fucking your whole gobber there. You're like, like Panama's a good song, but you're like, when I first heard it watching Superbad, like Superbad, bro. I heard that song the first fucking time over the fucking radio, doing just fucking just so dumb, all the dumb shit. And yeah, you know, like you watched people in a movie doing some stupid shit, blasting Panama. I was in the passenger seat doing stupid shit while we listened to Panama. For fuck's sake, get a fucking role model.
Sure.
Apparently, I don't want you as a role model, motherfucker. But
no, I would absolutely not recommend me as a role model for anything.
Except how to be a fucking donkey dick sucking asshole. But I will say that.
I mean, technically, no. I wouldn't advise being a model around that either. I mean, that, you know, that's cruelty to animals, man.
Is it cruel though?
I mean, yeah. I'd really like to see the argument presented to the authorities as to how it wouldn't be, but you know, I would at least hear you out. But I'd be like, bro, I think this is kind of fucked up.
I think Kinky Kelly and the Stud would disagree with you, but
you know what? They can disagree all they want wherever they happen to be in them places where this shit's still legal. And I don't know, man, that shit's fucking crazy, but it ain't fucking. This ain't Tijuana, and I ain't about that fucking shit.
That is very true.
I don't know, Annette. You said you moved up to Calgary. We're basically your version of Tijuana. All right.
Yeah, we try to stay away from animals here. You know, it's just, you know.
Yeah, I mean we do too, outside of, you know, like farming them and butchering them and shit. But like, you know, it was more so the whole like. Look at these degenerate partying sons of bitches down there over the imaginary line. Like, you talk like we do. You sound no different than my cousin on the other side of the line in Minnesota. Get what the fuck is going on here?
Well, folks, we somehow have brought you 3 albums. I can't really explain what happened on this one, but we brought you 3 albums.
Are we not letting Annette choose
what her top? You wanted to pick her top 5 off Van Halen? You really?
I already did. I did.
Oh, she did. Yeah, you're right. She did. That's my mistake.
It's all right.
I thought Chancy wanted to repeat or something. I didn't know what the fuck you were doing with that shit.
No, I just, you know,
looking out for me. That's all.
You're sipping your Kool-Aid a little too much, there, buddy. You're sipping your Kool-Aid a little too much, but
it's like a big gulp.
Yes, he is. But yes, folks, 3 albums have been brought, and 3 great albums at that. Well, okay, 2 great albums and 1 album, but we'll get to that. We already got to that, and yeah.
Jeremy, I keep telling you, dude, that self-worth issue of yours is never gonna get better if you keep talking shit about the stuff you bring to the show. That's my job.
And even you can talk shit about Powerslave. So,
no, I probably could, but I wouldn't be able to keep a straight face doing it.
Exactly. I can keep a straight face talking shit about 1984.
Uncultured swine.
You are, see. But, folks, make sure to come back on tomorrow, actually, for...
Oh, yeah, right, tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow for the second part of the Rolling Stone Top 500 Songs bracket, because we're Rolling Stone once again to make fun of Rolling Stone and how shitty their rankings are. And come back on Tuesday for another amazing episode of what's going to be a metal and a half episode compared to this one. So
I'm super fucking stoked about that one.
I know you are. And I kind of am too. So kind of. But so we will be having some fun on that one. But we would like to thank our guest Annette for coming on, because I wanted to get her on the show so bad. It took a little while, but we got her on finally.
Right.
Just happy it happened.
Yeah, it was awesome, you guys. That was a lot of fun.
And why don't you get Chancy in her show, because I'm kind of dying to hear his playlist. So
yeah, that'd be good.
I need to know genre. You can't just tell me a number. You need to tell me like what you need, because literally I have 18.
Do it.
I have 1,800 individual songs, not even including the entire albums I have saved to my like list. That I mean, you need to understand. Like we're gonna have the like. Okay, actually, how many?
Behind them.
How many? They need a story behind them.
Mm-hmm. You can't be like, oh, I love this song. This is no. They have to have a significant story behind them. Right?
Hence why I picked.
You like the song. It's like, hey, this song reminds me whatever.
Dude, why do you think I brought Ass Man? Why do you think I brought Frank Sinatra? They had to have stories.
Yeah, have to have stories.
Well, that was part of the reason why I thought you just churched it up because you were getting in front of company. All right, like
I don't.
When you said Frank Sinatra, I was like, what, motherfucker? What?
Hey! Did I not just pick him for our upcoming Christmas episode in December? Did I not?
You need to have a story behind them. Whatever that looks like to you, they have to have a story.
How long does it?
You're bringing some guar.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely bringing fucking guar, dude. Are you kidding me? Absolutely, I'm bringing guar. Story's classic. Oh, for sure. I almost started to tell it, but I'm not gonna because that's something you gotta have. That's something you want for you. How long does it need to be?
How long is the show, or how long? What do you?
How long? Like, what's your average playlist for like request for people?
How many songs is
oh my god, the shortest I've ever got is 4 songs. The longest I've ever got was 9 hours.
9 fucking hours.
And somebody said, if you pick any 10 songs in any of these, I will have a story behind them. And they did. I couldn't believe it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I prefer, 10. For we can actually have a show.
I think I gave her like maybe 17 or 16, but something like that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You start going down your own rabbit hole, right? You're going to stay in the teen years. You know what I mean? So it's.
I actually have an idea of what I'm going to do because of the fact that I have the ability, because like what the story you just told, as well as like, okay, well, it's limited to this. So like, I'll have one where I'll be like, this album. Because like for me, the album, I can't even give it away. It's not even a secret. It'd be American Head Charges, The War of Art. You pick any song off of that album. I got a story for it.
Well, get your playlist together and we'll have you on the show.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure I sent you her email already, Chancy. So it might have been a while ago, but just search your freaking messenger.
I was gonna say you probably better resend that thing because I don't know. I don't trust your whole "I sent that to you" skills.
I fucking proved I sent the other thing, so shut your mouth.
You didn't prove shit. You didn't screen share nothing. I didn't see your goddamn inbox.
You think
or outbox?
You think I'm screen sharing my fucking inbox? You're fucking out of your mind. But,
touche, sir.
But yes, Annette, thank you for coming on. And yes, Chancy will be on your show at some point. We'll get that set up. But
that's awesome. Love it.
Please tell the audience where they can find your podcast, where they can find you. Just promote yourself.
Yeah. If you listen to podcasts already, then it's not going to be very hard, right? You can go listen to us on every single platform over there. Just look for Music Junkies podcast. It's pretty basic, pretty easy. We have new guests every single week, Monday at 12 o'clock, new guests, week in, week out. And we have some pretty incredible guests coming up. We just had Rob Boulin, who, wrote Rock Me Amadeus, was on the show. We have Samantha Fox coming up. I have Lori coming up from the Gladiators. We have like some all over the map kind of wrestlers and all that stuff kind of coming up, which is pretty awesome too. So
that's fucking awesome.
Go subscribe, follow these guys, us, and any other, we're better though. We're the best, really. Let's just put it that way.
We'll see. I'll be the judge of that. Because we know
collectively, all 3 of us, right?
I'm sorry. Because I was gonna be like, we know we can't trust his judgment, all right? So I'll be the judge of that. But no, yeah, if we're all in the same boat, then if we're all in the same boat, somebody give me a paddle and I'll start rowing. All right, I'm cool with it.
Jesus Christ, Chancy, Jesus Christ. Well, Yes, folks, go check out Music Junkies podcast and be sure to look out for one with your favorite muser coming up soon. And then Chancy's down the road. But Chancy, where can they find you?
Not going to end.
No, it'll never end. It will never end. We should actually, before I go into my shameless plug, we really should actually compile a whole list of shows where we do this shit and just make a whole playlist out of it and put it on the YouTube channel. Like, just fucking.
It's called our podcast stream. They can listen to every episode.
Yeah, that's cool. We can get them to listen to every episode. But, like, if you want, like, top 10 meltdowns, top 10 times where we fucking win at each other's albums, we could easily do that.
If you want to listen to all our fucking episodes to do that, be my fucking guest. I don't have time for that.
Just give me a list. Give me a list, man. Give me a list. That's all I need.
I don't know what fucking list to do. Just go with the fucking start picking episodes. I'm listening to them. I don't fucking know.
But anyway, so first off, the world's most uneventful, search in history continues. If you can find me on Facebook, that's my actual first name. On Instagram and TikTok, it is the Red Eye Roundtable. On X, it is Red Eye Table. Obviously, you can find me here in this glorious circle of hell that is yet to be numbered. They haven't yet reached us yet. We're cool. It's good. We got Doritos and donuts. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all over the place, dude. I'm like a bad cold. I get shared by everyone, and you just can't fucking find a cure for me.
Sorry, Casey. But yes, be sure to find Chancy in the Void as well. He's always around there, lingering somewhere. But
yeah, that's why I said circle of hell, because everybody knows they can find me in the Void. It's really getting crowded. It's not much of a void anymore. It has turned into the word a void, like a void. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
I'm a terrible self promoter.
Terrible? Yes, you are terrible. But
yes, I am.
You can find both of us on the Uncensored, Unapologetic, and Untamed UQ Podcast Collective Facebook group. You can find us on XX Baby and the Gram as that Juggalo Bastard and TikTok as that Juggalo Bastard Podcast. And of course, you can find both of us on YouTube as Maniacal Music Musings or streaming live on Blind Knowledge Network on YouTube, because all knowledge was blind. Until Chancy gets the fucking support he needs. Come on, people, start donating. Jesus, he needs help, people. He needs help.
You're not wrong.
and we will be talking more about help tomorrow on tomorrow's bracket. Until then, have a good night. And thank you, Annette, once more for coming on.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, you guys.